President and Party caucus came hours after the Executive Director of Uganda Coffee Development Authority backed the agreement that the government signed with Uganda Vinci Coffee Company. Now you're going to read the full story on page 4 there, and there is a tragedy that has happened in Queen Elizabeth National Park where 3 lions were electrocuted as they were trying to cross the pass through an electric fence enclosing the Iruga Forest Safari Lodge. Bambi, we are very sad. There's a
rest in peace. Should we say rest in peace?
Not really, but yeah, read the full story on page 4.
And then here, the top stories in the New Vision: 1,000 schools get 1 trillion bailout, and schools are going. Here, there are schools that have been mentioned that are going to get bailout, and 34 entities pledged to support education sector recovery. With everything that is happening, of course, there has to be support of these schools to raise up. Full story on page 5, and yesterday it was. They were remembering the 55th judge, and that is 55th Joan Chigezi memorial lecture yesterday. It was yesterday, and here the top picture when President Museveni is speaking out. Full story on page 3 of the New Vision. Yes, now the MPs grill Kamya and Namuganza over giveaway of Naguru land. Now it is said that 82 acres of Naguru land was given to investors here, and MPs were grilling Kamya and Namuganza over that. And allocation of land, Miss Betty Kamya, who is the IGG as well, said that the presidential directive allocating this land, I think, goes beyond when I was minister for Kampala. I found it there, but these people, the investors, had been moving up and down until the cabinet took a definite decision. Well, read the full story on page 2 of the Daily Monitor. Here, farmers and local exporters want coffee deal cancelled. Yesterday they had a meeting and they really talked about quite a lot of things, and the committee chaired by Mbarara City South MP Mwine Mpaka is investigating circumstances under which a finance minister, Matia Kasaija, and Secretary to the Treasury and Ramadan Gobi signed on behalf of government. So they are investigating, and they are saying that all these things, they are seeing everything that really was in the agreement. So I think they're going to see how things are going to be and how they're going to tackle every agreement or every signed thing they talked about. So read full story on page 4 and see how this is going to further. That is true. And motorists should drive at 30 kilometers per hour speed limit. This is in line with the UN resolution on road safety. So around Kampala, you're only allowed to drive at 30 kilometers per hour. Yesterday they were training traffic officers on how to use speed guns. And in more news here, Elon Musk promises free speech after buying Twitter. Elon Musk a few days ago bought Twitter, and he promises that he bought Twitter at $44 billion, and he promises free speech as one of those things that, because Twitter has been famous for blocking some people, blocking some things that are being said, but Elon Musk said, you know what, he is, by the way, the world's richest man currently. And he says, you know what, don't worry, Twitter is going to be a place for us to talk and express ourselves very well. But read the full story on page 3. Yeah, and then here, a police dog from the Kanine unit at Kawempe police station on Monday led directives to arrest of 4 rape suspects, and this happened in Kawempe division. Read full story on page 8 and see how they tracked these rapists. And here their cases tracked by dogs so far. You can read full story and see how these cases have been tracked. Full story on page 8 of the New Vision. Now the Ministry of Health has come out to mention that 55% of priority groups are not vaccinated. The priority groups are health workers, teachers, the elderly, security officers, and persons with disabilities are one of the people the 55% of all these are not being, aren't fully vaccinated, and the slow vaccine uptake has been blamed on poor grassroots mobilization. Now read the full story on page 7. And government introduces new curriculum for medics. The Ministry of Education and Sports has developed a new curriculum for health training institutions. Now, the people who are eligible for this particular training are if you're 18 years and above. That is the minimum age for you to undergo this kind of curriculum. But read the full story also on page 7.
Yeah, and then here there is a series that has been made talking about sexuality with your children. We all know that in COVID-19, for those 2 years, teenage pregnancy was alarming, was very high. So here there is the topics. There is a series that has been made about parenting and the topics that you can talk about with your child. Yes, grab yourself a copy of the New Vision and see how you can talk about what you can talk about with your girl child.
Now in regional news, relief for health facilities as students fix equipment. This happened in the Masakassa region, which comprises 9 districts, has only 2 biomedical engineers. And yeah, the students who came from Chambogo University and fixed the equipment there. But read the full story on page 28. And lightning kills in Agago. Lightning kills pupil in Agago. That is a primary pupil at Alwe Primary School, Agago district, has died after being struck by lightning on Monday. Read the full story on page 29.
And then in the sports news here, Pearl of Africa Larry dates May 6th and they're going to take place on May 6th and 8th. Yeah, here shakedown in Namataba Mukono. Saturday, May 7th is going to be competing with Sheikh Mata Chivuvu and Kasuku 32 kilometers, Nachiwunga 8.05 kilometers. Here are 4 competitive stages for the 3-day Shell V Power Pearl of Africa Uganda Larry. Full story on the last page of the New Vision. And stick to schools. International Federation of Gymnastics President Wantaba has tasked the Uganda government to have gymnastics interest in schools. Full story on the last page of the New Vision.
Now the NBA playoffs are going on, and here in the Daily Monitor, the Boston Celtics completed the 4-0 sweep over the Brooklyn Nets to book their place in the Eastern Conference semi-finals, and never trailing in the 116-112 victory in New York yesterday. Read the full story on page 40. And the Rugby Cranes should make the most of the Sevens World Cup success. We all know that the Rugby Cranes won the Africa Cup Sevens over the weekend when they beat Kenya. They also beat Zimbabwe, and they qualified for the World Cup Sevens that is happening in South Africa later on this year, but also the Commonwealth Rugby Games that are happening in England also sometime this year. But read the full story on page 40 and find out more of this story. We're going to go in for a break, but when we come back, we'll be coming back with more here at Church of Uganda Family TV.
Do you have a business that you are looking to grow? Advertising with Church of Uganda Family TV is the way to go. We are located on Church House, level 13, along Kampala Road. We offer favorable rates and an extremely creative production team that will work with you to take your business to the next level. To give us a ring, call us on 0781 084215 or 0750 655232. Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives.
Gone to another level, and that's why you see creativity each day in the art industry. Here we come with a purpose, what will bring you arts and culture, topical discussion, and the soul entertainment. Tune in every Saturday from midday to 1 p.m. here on Church of Uganda Family TV, courtesy of Mercy and Rita, the purpose, refreshing your mind.
Talk of the town.
Good morning. Yeah, this is Church of Uganda Family TV, and you're on watching Morning Glory. Yeah, this is a beautiful morning with the downpour that we've had this morning. Wow, it's so beautiful. And in case you haven't woken up, just know that
Talk of the town.
good morning. We're very sorry for those inconvenience, but it's a beautiful morning here. I'm sure that you've gotten the downpours that we've been blessed today in the early morning. But in case you're still sleeping, I'm sure some of you are still under your blankets. But I tell you this morning that a little slumber and a little sleep and poverty will come to you as wildfire. Today we're talking about social media. Byron, I'm in the studio with me today, and we're talking about social media, falsehood on social media. Yesterday, Byron, Ofono Opondo came and I'm quoting him. He says, "It has become fashionable for citizens, including journalists, to spew falsehoods on social media platforms, including the Daily Monitor, including the New Vision, that they really run a story and you're like, this is not true. And they will never come up and apologize." So he was asking that, why is this happening? And I have some testimony of there is a journalist of some channel here in Uganda, some local channel. Of course, I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to mention it. Every time, like, I think he's part of the newsroom, or he's part of the newsroom, I think, where they go and get news. So before even the news is out, he's already on Twitter. He's tweeting, and then after, like, it's not true, he comes back and apologizes and he's like, "I'm sorry, this wasn't true, blah 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 blah." So I've also I've seen what Ofono Opondo is saying. So what do you think that is causing this? Is it that we have a lot of information as journalists? Is it that social media is there? There is no rules that this is how you should be using the social media. This is the right.
So this is in relation to particularly journalists.
Yeah.
Well, I think as a journalist, social media, we live in the information era, which is true, because before that we had the Industrial Revolution, which was mostly industry as well, but now we're in the information revolution, or the information era, where information is what makes money now. And
what do you mean by information?
So information, when you have information, you're more like, now what sells now is information. So everyone is rushing. For example, on Twitter, everyone is rushing to give the person who gives everyone wants to be the first one to break the news. And so whoever is the first to break the news is like, "Hey, I had it from Byron," or "I had it from Brenda,"
source.
Or
you become a source.
Yeah, but also people really just like to give information. And so I think that when I was studying journalism, for me, I think one of the things that stood out and was emphasized was the point of, you need to do your research before you just blabber out things. But yes, my thoughts on that is, well, they need to first do research before they say their things on social media.
Don't you think that we are more focusing on money? Because right now, when you have a lot of following, when you have a lot of people that are following you, viewing you, that is the money that you're getting. Don't you think that right now journalists are money-minded, or they're mining about the following instead of doing research, like you said, instead of
not necessarily. Just because I have a big following doesn't mean I'm making money out of it. It's only when I choose to influence for other brands that I start making money out of it. So I don't think it's about money. I think it's really about being a journalist. Brenda, is really about
keeping relevance.
You need to break the news. You need to be relevant, and social media has come. People no longer watch. I'll tell you for free. People no longer watch TV because they have apps. They have there's a family TV app. There is YouTube. There are very few. There are people who are watching TV 15 years ago, and not the same amount of people that are watching TV now. There is a lot that has gone on. By the time the 9 p.m. news comes on, I already know what's in the news because it was already on Twitter. I already know this one, NRM met, Byron became the richest man in Africa. As it, all that news is right there on Twitter. So social media is, so if you're not relevant on social media, if you're not relevant on Twitter as a journalist, it means people don't know who you are. And so you need to be relevant on social media.
So that's why
I don't think it's about money.
I think it's kind of the following. When you have that attitude of when you look at, maybe Byron has a lot of following, and then you're like, what should I do to also have that following? If Byron maybe is in media,
by being relevant,
do everything. Do everything. If it's spewing falsehood on social media platforms,
not really. I don't blame the journalists, because Brenda, the truth is there is a lot of false information out there, and man, I think there is an urge. There is really just there is as if an urge to be the first to break the news, but also, for example, if something has broken, if let's say I don't know what he was talking about, false news, but let's say Olanya's death, for example, the first. if you're the first person to break the news, even before the top dogs in the top media houses here in Uganda, then you become
relevant.
Then there is no, okay, there is now what we call citizen journalism, where if someone is doing something wrong, a citizen takes a picture, posts it on social media. There is that citizen journalism. Or Ebanange, there is a strike here in Makerere, takes a picture, posts it on social media, and then citizens become a source of information. They are not trying to be, they're not trying to gain followers really. What they're trying to do is be relevant and be like, I'm the one who broke the news. In fact, I'm the one who alerted. I can even tag.
You see, Byron?
I can even tag Family TV. I can tag what and say, guys, I'm here at Church of Uganda. Yeah, the Archbishop is giving out money. You come. Something like that. So
see,
it's one of those things.
Like, yeah, true. What you're saying, I think it is true.
Yeah.
But there are those people who go to an extra mile to find relevancy. If they have no news, or if they haven't broken up anything, they will go to an extra mile to find something, whether it is true or like we've seen people doing things because of relevancy, or because they want to keep the trend, because they know them. They are the first people who usually spew
I have to keep the trend.
So in other words, in keeping up the trend, they usually spew falsehood on social media. They usually, and then after they come up and apologize. So what do you think that we should keep in mind as journalists? Because if you are a journalist, just know that there are a lot of people who are following you.
There's a journalist.
You're going to become a source. You're going to become a source.
Yeah.
So if you spew any falsehood that is really negative, just know that you're going to influence around like 500 people or 10 people.
There's a journalist who shares a name with the richest man in Uganda.
Cool.
Hey, I can't mention. If you know the richest man in Uganda, there's a journalist who shares a name with him, and he's famous for being like that. He's famous for posting on his social media that I'm here, but the news is not really like that. Or I mean, for example, I remember when they shot at Katumba's car. He was, I think, okay, he wasn't really one of the people, but he got the name because he was really hurrying. He was among the first people actually to post, but because he was really hurrying, he got the name of Katumba's late daughter, the name wrongly. He mentioned another daughter of his who was not in the car.
You see?
Then, as in, there was a whole thing. But I get what you're saying. People really want to stay relevant, and it's very, very important, particularly in our field. As journalists, we really need to stay relevant in terms of, like I told you, people no longer watch TV. By the time we come to watch TV, you already know what's in the news, unless you haven't been on social media, but you already know. So people follow particular journalists, and they know, man, if I need any news concerning church, I'll go to maybe Brenda MAHOORO's page. Or if I need any news concerning so that by the end of the day, when people are reading news, we already know what's happening. So yes, people are trying to stay relevant, and they'll do anything to be that. And I think that's why and Elon Musk, when he bought Twitter a few days ago for $44 billion, he mentions and says, by the way, Twitter, by the way, had come up with a policy, Brenda, where they can, where they limit when you say they cancel you. It's called cancelling. When you say things that that bring violence or what, they can cancel you. Twitter can cancel you. Cancelling you means they either suspend your account or they block you, like people don't see your tweets.
Which was true.
Yes, but now with Elon Musk buying Twitter, he says, by the way, free speech is going to be there. Like, you're free to say whatever you want, but also by free speech. But
they're going to incite. It's like they're going to be inciting violence.
He specified. He made it clear. He said by free speech. Actually, people came out and said those same things, but he said, excuse me, by free speech, I simply mean that which matches the law. I am against censorship that goes far beyond the law. There are people who really censor you just because You're saying your mind. Me, I'm here saying MK at 48, I'm happy. Someone reports you on Twitter and they block you. And then I'm like, me, I'm just celebrating a birthday. Can you not? But anyway, but if people want less free speech, they will ask government to pass laws to that effect. Therefore, going beyond the law is contrary to the will of the people. That is what Elon Musk is saying after he bought Twitter a few days ago for 44 billion. That means that there will be more people who, you remember like how Twitter blocked Donald Trump after he was.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes. Now, with the leadership under Elon Musk, man, Donald Trump is free to say whatever they want. Actually, I think there's been a conversation that maybe Donald Trump is going to come back on Twitter because they had really blocked him. Like, he was not on Twitter anymore. But now with Elon Musk in
But there are some of
charge,
the people that right now are still on social media, but they haven't blocked them. Some of them that I know, that I'm not going to talk about, but they incite violence. I think there is no one who has reported them. But anyway, we're just going to go in for a short break. We are going to come back, still with the talk of the town.
Welcome to Coffee Production Tips, brought to you by Uganda Coffee Development Authority. Uganda Coffee Development Authority is the government agency mandated to promote and oversee the coffee industry as a whole by developing research, facilitating coffee production and productivity, by training farmers on good agricultural practices, controlling the quality and improving the marketing of coffee for the benefit of stakeholders, planting coffee seedlings, mulching, training coffee seedlings, and stamping coffee. Farmers are encouraged to adopt good agricultural practices to get high yields, good prices, and better income from coffee. These tips are brought to you by Uganda Coffee Development Authority.
Entertainment has gone to another level, and that's why you see creativity each day in the art industry. With a purpose, what will bring you arts and culture, topical discussion, and the soul entertainment. Tune in every Saturday from midday to 1 p.m. here on Touch of Uganda Family TV, courtesy of Mercy and Rita. The Purpose, refreshing your mind.
Do you have a business that you are looking to grow? Advertising with Church of Uganda Family TV is the way to go. We are located on Church House, level 13, along Kampala Road. We offer favorable rates and an extremely creative production team that will work with you to take your business to the next level. To give us a ring, call us on 0781 084215 or 0750 655232. Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives.
Evening prayer.
Alcohol intoxicates the mind and releases the emotions and lets down our guard.
I want to remind you that the greatest of all is God's love. That's what we need to seek for. And once we have God's love is permanent. Once it fills our heart, we're able to overflow and share this love to the others.
Have you given to the Lord even when you have the smallest coin like that widow? Jesus said, look at this widow. She has done it better than all these people because she gave all that she had.
I pray for full restoration, full resurrection, full rejuvenation of the joy of the Lord.
news. Yes, we can. We can clear the debt of Church House. And I want to invite you to give generously to the love gift. May God bless you as you give.
Talk of the town.
Yes, lies spread faster than false news on social media. There is a saying, there is something that was made here, or they talked about, that it took the truth about 6 times as long as falsehood to reach 1,500 people. And a deep dive into Twitter shows that false news was retweeted more than true news was carried further. That is what they're saying here, that when Byron, when someone talks about maybe terrorism, maybe some political news that is really fake, or when they talk about something that is not really true, that it spread faster than truth.
Yeah,
which is true.
In my news class at school, they told me that if a dog beats a man, it's not news. We all know dogs bite men every time.
But if
a man bites a dog,
that's the news.
Now that's the news. However, if it's false or not, it's good to know. It's good. I'm like, who? Byron? Byron did what? There's a guy called Byron who decided to bite a dog. That's news. And so obviously, yes, lies spread faster than truth. And the truth is, Brenda, the truth is boring. The truth is it's boring. Please, I'm not encouraging people to tell lies, and it is true, the truth will set you free, but the truth is boring. Fake news is nice to hear, and it's true. You see, the more we run away from it, the more we enjoy it. The truth is, fake news is good to hear that Brenda did what? Brenda is the richest woman in the world.
Everyone is going to retweet about it.
Everyone is going to retweet, but you see it's wrong. Brenda here, this one.
What are you saying? Why are you emphasizing it?
Yes, because Auntie, I'm trying to make sure that people know the Brenda I'm talking about. You see, fake news has already started. So you see, that's like why you're emphasizing who is the Brenda. You see, that's the way fake news starts. If I came out today and said, now I'm going to be the next president of Uganda, it will travel.
Because you talked about truth bores. That means that people don't want to talk about the truth because, it's
not that people don't want to talk about.
They talk about Byron works on Family TV.
It's not news.
But when they say they found Byron in some corner, they are there with someone. Someone who works at
now rumors spread more. We all know this. It's not new. You see, it's not news. Rumors obviously spread more because I'm like, as human,
it is affecting us, and it is affecting other people's reputation.
But this is this is not the first time.
When Opondo Pondo came out to talk about this thing, that means it was really hurting him, and he found reasons as to why he
now Opondo Pondo is the government spokesperson. His job is to defend government, whether it's the truth or a lie.
But he's talking about the falsehood that is in the media.
I agree with him, by the way. I agree. I understand him. But you see, it's like what? I'm trying to figure out who to use. It's like, I don't know what to use. As an example, I'm trying to use something, but of all upon the way I'm going to talk about, to talk about it, I understand where it's coming from. False news on social media particularly is real, but you see, his job is to defend government, whether government is right or wrong. That's his job, to defend government. And sometimes, even, I'm sure, there are some things because if government, for example, stole some money or has been corrupt, you would come out to say, now the truth is we stole money and we stole 20 billion. We are sorry. That will never happen. You have to defend it as much as you can. And so, overall, upon talking about this, I understand where it's coming from, but it's like, what? It's like a taxi. It's like a border guy complaining that wanange about to move binyo. I'm like,
it's true.
I'm like, what do you mean? But you're a border guy. You also drive bad. In fact, you're the one who causes the most accidents. So do not. The Bible even talks about it and says that do not. As if do not try to remove or to try to point out the speck in someone's eye and you forget the log in your own. Like at the end of the day, you're like, but you have a whole tree in your eye. You first remove your tree, then you can talk. So I think falsehood, obviously, yes, lies spread faster than truth, and it's not only for journalists. Like I said, all of us now, because we are in the information age, all of us are as if quote unquote journalists. All of us have the potential to be journalists. If I see something newsworthy happening, the only thing I need to do is record a video. After recording that video of the things happening, I just tag the normal media houses, Family TV, and I'm like, guys, this is happening now. Remember, Family TV is not where you are. So we can even use that video and say, guys, this is a courtesy video. Yes, Archbishop is giving out money in Namirembe. Please come one, come all. It's something like that. Yes. So it's all of us. It's not only for journalists.
But let me tell you, Baron, all this falsehood that is on social media platforms, it has really affected a lot of people because when someone sees maybe violence and terrorism and then political stuff that is happening, it's like, oh, I think this is true. So some people take it to be a true. They don't go an extra mile to do a research.
But you see, we are going very far. Let's not even talk about politics or what terrorism. Let's talk about our own social media. You, Brenda, like I always say, when you're either eating your Rolex downtown, what do you take a picture and say I'm eating a Rolex? No.
Yes, I usually do it.
It's only when you come uptown here, you're like, guys, me, I'm enjoying. I'm in a fancy restaurant.
Having a burger.
All of us see it. We never post. All of us lie on. So the truth is, social media is we are lying. Because we are saying that, I know we are saying, yes, we are here.
Let me tell you, it has corrupted a lot of minds.
That is true.
They see someone, they see Brenda very small, having a small stomach. They're like, oh, I also want to be like Brenda. Someone posts pictures of some guy is wearing very nicely. As like, okay, I want to be like that. Cool, but you don't even work. You don't even own anything.
Even that person really is just borrowing it. She was just in the boutique. The boutique lady just said, you come and try it on. I mean, like, social media is really meant for us to. The truth is, social media was meant, okay, back in the day when we used to have I don't think, Brenda, you are yet born. When we used to have things called pen pals.
Pen pals.
When I know, I see you don't know what pen pals are.
I might know it.
When the only social media.
Used the slang.
No, that's what it was called. When we used to have just email, not even Google. We had Yahoo. Actually, we had Hotmail. Such things. When we used to. The only way we used that platform was for really information and communication. But now, like I said, we moved from the Industrial Revolution, where most of the world was going industries. But now we're in the information world, information revolution, where everything is information. And everything is digital, everything is online. I mean, money is now online. Everything is online. that we are trying to reduce, for example, the amount of cash we have on ourselves. Like everything is on your phone. Like if I only moved with my phone, I am able to transact whatever I need to do. I'm able to buy things. I'm able to talk. I'm able to spread a false rumor and say I am in Dubai. Kumbe, I'm here in Katwe. And so, Brenda, let's not look very far away. Let's look within ourselves. It starts with us. If you have ever posted, and there is usually that urge to really be someone on social media, to be cool, because most of your friends, they're out, they're chilling. You want to be cool.
They're having fun.
You see people, they're there, they are proposing. Even you try to propose there to confuse the brethren. But the truth is, the thing begins with us. Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, Byron, so what do we have, like your parting shots on this?
My parting shots.
What do we have to have in mind?
My
because
parting shots are okay.
Some of them have this attitude that if my friend has like this such a following, maybe I can make it. But they have not strategized on how they can make it, on how to gain that following. Some of them go to an extra mile to even post pictures that they had even last month. They keep them in their archive.
My parting shots are simple. One, I think for the people who are like that, who want very many followers, and they have no idea how the people who had followers did it. I know very many girls. So it's not a lie that sex sells, your body sells. So if you posted
nude, gone an extra mile to post nude. You see on Twitter every day. You see like a young girl, 16 years, 13, have posted their nude.
There we go. I mean, so that sells. So obviously, every Tom, Dick, and Harry on Twitter will want to see who is this one. Okay, all right. So you gain followers, yes, but at what cost? So you need to count the cost. For me, that would really be it. What's the cost of you posting or wanting all these followers on social media? But also, guys, just if you're a journalist, if you want to be a citizen journalist, man, just do your research. Also, don't believe everything you see on social media, friends. It's not important, it's not relevant, sometimes it's actually false. When you see something on, like, make your research. Go and do what they call due diligence. If you see that Byron is the richest man in Africa, go and you go and take and Google, let's say who is Byron? What happened to what happened to Dangote? Something like that. like why is Byron now the richest? Like do your due diligence. Find out why, where, how. Even, by the way, now that I actually agree with Hofono Pondo, even the news outlets, make your own research. Find out, is it true? How do you find out? I know it's sad before, man, they were our source of information. If Family TV posted and said, guys, the Archbishop is giving out money today, it has to be true. But you need to do your due diligence. Call someone, call a reverend, say, Reverend, is it true? I'm hearing there is free money. Should I come? Then they tells you the truth is, even me, I'm here looking for it. So please come. So do your due diligence. Find out for yourself what is true, what is not. Even the things we say here, by the way, allow me even say, even the things we say here, we will say things here, and but you do your own research. If I came out and said Brenda is building apartments, you go and do your own research. Is it true? You don't have to do research. It is true. You don't have to do research. It is true. See? But you can do your own research. Find out where is it true. I not said. Oh, I mean something like that. So for me, those are my parting shots on social media, particularly. Don't believe everything you see, because no one is ever going to post that Banange, me, I'm struggling, I lack 5K to go home. No, everyone will post that time when they're in good life. That time when they met, let's say, Papa, and he allowed them in their car, and they posted, I'm on my way home. But it's Papa's car, it's not your car. So what do we do now? Anyway, but don't believe everything that you see on social media. I think that is really it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be on your side.
Oh, of course, you have to.
These posts, some of them are usually there to mislead people. They tell you falsehood, they tell you false information for you to perceive it. And in other words, some of them even take it, know it. Someone talks about something that is negative about you and you're like, okay, some of them live by it, but just know that all these, some people love relevancy. They want relevancy, they want a following. So If you see fake news, like Baron said, that you do your due diligence on all these news that is spread. Like an example of this, this singer, Nigerian singer who is Osinachi, who died. But every time when you go on her social media platform, she was only posting nice stuff like that. But she was going through something that is really, really so bad. She was violated domestically, but she wouldn't come and say that this is what I was going through. She was only posting good things, where she's going to sing, where she's...
I know a friend who posted the video of her dancing and laughing 30 minutes before she committed suicide.
Can you imagine?
So, like I say, don't believe everything you see on social media. Like, we can do whatever we want, but the truth is that do your due diligence. Find out. If you see me there posting that I've eaten lunch, actually call and say, Byron, are you sure you have eaten? Here is 20k. Please go and eat. Please go and eat the lunch. Something like that. I'm waiting. I can read my number. It is 0. Anyway, thank you so much for.
Please DM Byron.
Thank you so much for waking up with us here at Church of Ghana Family TV. The conversation continues on social media. Isn't it interesting? We are going to talk about falsehood on social media. But tell us, falsehood on social media, what?
But ours is not false.
But share a testimony. Me, I want to actually people to share their testimony. What have you lied about on social media?
A lot of people have lied.
I'll now let them tell us what they have lied. Have they lied about a trip to Dubai? Have they lied about? Have they lied about? Me, I lie all the time that I'm having lunch. Kumbe, I'm not having lunch, you people. Please send lunch, breakfast. I post in my status what, hey, lunch is sweet, today lunch is okay, kumbe, I'm on water and vibes.
High prices, things are very high now.
Exactly. So for you, what have you lied about on social media?
Me, I don't lie.
Well, there we go.
Very open, like an open book.
There you go. We are going to go in for a break, but Brenda MAHOORO will be coming in later on with a guest, and we'll probably talk about social media as well there and ask them a few questions. But we'll be right back after these messages.
Yes, we can. We can clear the debt of church house. And I want to invite you to give generously to the love gift. May God bless you as you give.
Have a business that you are looking to grow? Advertising with Church of Uganda Family TV is the way to go. We are located on Church House, level 13, along Kampala Road. We offer favorable rates and an extremely creative production team that will work with you to take your business to the next level. To give us a ring, call us on 0781 084215 or 0750 655232. Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives.